if you could only see the mess I'm working with here. Oops, I can't let you see my sign. My labels, whatever you want to call them. Okay, I keep meaning to put this up someplace here. Okay. This goes in the big stencil drawer. Big Ranger, large Ranger, even though it's not Ranger, but it fits in the drawer. And then this is good for ephemera. We didn't go to Henderson. Well, we drove through downtown, but it was Sunday morning, so that nothing was open. But on our way home, but I thought this cover was gorgeous, and I was looking for some good fodder, but just like most things in print, it's getting worse and worse. But I'll keep it because hello. Then I've been catching up on my Hobonichi lately, and it is packed. Now, this is the first half of the year. This is January through June. So I'm almost done, obviously, but this thing is packed. This year, because of obvious reasons, I made a note to myself to not include political stuff in my Hobonichi because that requires several volumes on its own, and opening it up and turning into something that's political is depressing for me. So this is no political stuff. I include everything in here. This is for people who have never seen it, but football scores. There is a little bit of political stuff because it's kind of just like shoved down our throats. Hobonichi stuff. Patreon stuff. Makeup. A lot of ephemera from packaging. Pictures of stuff that I've done. Patreon again. Things that I would love to try to practice and paint. Stickers. More football. 49ers this time, not college. Weather, all kinds of stuff. Friends from the internet's backyards, horrible fires in the LA fires. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but it just quilts that I'm trying to make or want to make. Obviously January was filled with LA fires and snow at the beach. Our beach house, we were snowed in for a week in South Carolina. I know, at the beach. It was crazy. A lot of stuff that comes on Amazon. Again, food stuff. Oh, this just says it all right here. A picture of our president and that. I couldn't go any farther. More snow at the beach, left over. Airline stuff. How I want to try to get my hair cut one day, maybe. Fabric that I love. This is a picture of a piece of fabric. Things that I've done, things that I've needle cross-stitched to go at the beach. Favorite snacks. Just journal envy. That's Jose Naranja. Me going to Missouri for my quilt retreat. Friends coming to stay at the beach with us. All kinds of stuff. And then, breakfast time at the lake when the osprey dropped the fish on our dock. Weird weather patterns when the eagle came through. The dog resting his chin on the bottom of a porch rail. And he's saying, I have a sour tummy. Update on the dog. He did not get his hair cut. He was there for about 2 hours. And we had medicated him halfway. He refused to eat the rest of the stuff that had the medicine in it. Roast beef from Crock-Pot. Good stuff that my husband made the day before. And so he went half medicated, which means he was only half loopy because he never falls completely under the medication spell, much to the vets, everybody's dismay. And she called us about 11. We dropped him off about 9, called us about 11, and she goes, I'm sorry. She said, he's great. She said, he is the sweetest dog, but don't touch his feet, don't touch his tail, and don't touch his face. She said, he has had a bath, he is dry, but that's all. And my husband's like, I understand. And he goes, so when he went to pick him, because he went and picked him up, and he said, do you have any other suggestions? We're at our wits' end with this dog and getting groomed. And he is a dog that his hair continuously grows fast, needs a haircut as much as we do. And she said, why don't, my thought process would be to have the vet administer the mood stabilizers, maybe intravenously, and then bring him here. So we called the vet yesterday afternoon, and they said, yes, we have done that for other dogs. And she gave us an appointment. We called the groomer back. We have an appointment for the medicine to be administered. Can you take him? She said, yes, we will try again. So, poor guy. Poor guy. Favorite things to watch on YouTube. Just what's happening in the rest of the world. Art from the Czech Republic. My favorite mussels that you can get in the grocery store rather than at my favorite restaurant at the beach. Washi tape that I made, which is just paper, but I'm calling it. And then kind of about mid-May, two things happened. My art, what are these markers? Artex markers. Not sponsored. Love these things. Acrylic markers. You don't have to shake them. They're strong. They're everything. Two things happened about mid-May, beginning of May. Rex Ray and Artex markers. And the rest of this Hobonichi is nothing but Rex Ray and the Artex mark. Well, there is other stuff in here, but I mean, oh, this is when the heron and the cormorant were fighting on the dock. My deer count, that comes into play. What did I get from Japan? Oh, those little boxes, I showed you those. We saw the beaver, and there's deer, and there's light frappuccinos. Yay. Just turtles on a dock. I mean, all kinds of stuff, but it is full to the rim, and I love it. This is something on a tag from, something I got in Georgetown, a top that's reversible, but it had this cool ribbon on it, so I stuck it in there. But anyhow, Hobonichi. It's all caught up as of like 2 days ago. So, I love this. Simple, but effective. So what am I going to do today? Holy moly. Why do I do this to myself? Let's try Leonardo da Vinci. Don't you think Leonardo da Vinci and Rex Ray would have enjoyed each other? I don't know. Okay, this is a totally different shape. I made these funny shapes on purpose. But sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. To my advantage. Anyhow, and one of you got your mail already. It was supposed to come today. So I'm glad it got there in time. But you already saw these notepads. My Da Vinci notepad. I got this in a museum someplace in Italy. Most likely. Oh, no. It says Healdsburg, California. Oh, no. This came from my sister. She works for a large wine distribution company. And apparently somebody has Healdsburg, California. Great Chianti. The art of making great Chianti. Apparently there's a Da Vinci brand of Chianti. I don't know. Okay. This is going to stick out. I think I'm going to put a scrap of something there. I wonder if I can... Yeah. I guess they don't only distribute wine. They also make it. They make their own and then they distribute it. Okay. That way. That gives it a little bit more stability right there too. Okay. So, Da Vinci. Again, I'm going to keep it on this piece of paper. Now, when I think of Da Vinci, I was trying to think about this morning. I think about, you know, obviously the Last Supper and the Mona Lisa and that. But I am more impressed and enamored with his, like, flying machines and his drawings. In fact, I have a stamp. And I thought about using this stamp, and I still might. That's of that man. Where is it? I'm going through my wooden stamp drawer. Not that man. That's Shakespeare. Ah, this man. This man. I thought about using that, and I still might. Okay, Shakespeare, you gotta go back. Or is this Edgar Allan Poe? Some fan I am. Okay. I still might do this, but I think I might use this in here somehow too. And then how do I lead that back to Rex Ray? I'm not sure. I could go with lots of antique, like browns and yellows and all. As you can tell, my cools and my warms have mixed up in here. I know I have a brown. Here. But that's funny. I forgot I had this, because I made this list of names a month and a half ago. And I forgot I had this note in with one of yours. Happy Mail. And I just stuck them right here when I finished. And now we need it. I know I have brown and... yeah, tea dye. We're just going to play for a second. Not necessarily what I'm going to use, but we'll see. If I recall, this ink is almost gone. I know you can get re-inkers for these things. Oh, yeah. Maybe you won't notice the word Chianti at the bottom of this. Last night, Gunnar was kind of mopey, a little bit still under the influence of drugs and stuff that his nasty parents gave him, with the advice of a vet, not just on our own. But, oh, I'm liking this, actually. Ooh, I just thought of something else. But, he was kind of loopy still last night around 7-ish or so. And all of us, he was in the den, or as my husband likes to call it, the law library, which is right at the front door. It's just a room that you come in right from the front door. And that crazy dog started barking and went to the door, which we have a glass screen door, but it's glass. He heard 2 deer chomping on flowers, either at our property lines of our neighbors and ours, or they were walking on the driveway. I'm not sure. He heard them, and he went berserk. Of course, my husband let him loose. I'm like, he's going to hurt himself. He's under the influence of stuff. But alas, he did not. Okay, this is going to be darker, so I'm going to use black. See what happens. I'm like, how did you hear those deer? Anyhow, they were 3 yards away before he could even kind of get to the edge of the driveway. Maybe I want 2 colors. I'm creating more paper. I'm not sure how I'm going to use it. Ooh, squeaky table. Okay, let's see what other colors we can come up with here. Okay, this is a dark green chipped sapphire. I don't know if this is going to work. Oh, yeah. Oh, I like this color better on this color paint. We're creating our paper. And we're squeaking a lot here. I apologize for the squeaks. Oh, it looks good on the screen too. Chipped sapphire. Yeah. Some of these ink pads, though, are several years old. And I'm stamping on, like, lots of layers. So is that the best idea? Probably not, but it's working so far. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That was even after not inking it. Now, I am pushing really hard. So it may not all show up on the flower or whatever we end up doing. I kind of thought I wanted to take one of the flying machines, which is kind of like a lot of umbrella looking shapes, and then support systems. I thought, I wonder if I could like create a flower that sort of looked like that. Just those shapes. So I think I might try to do that with these colors and my Da Vinci paper. Oh, you know what would be kind of cool too? Maybe to just recreate like a square and a circle and some horizontal lines and vertical lines. Let me see if I can do that too. Ooh, I have brown Vertex markers. Ooh. I also have this mustard yellow, keeping it like vintage looking paper. Purposely not doing this perfectly or exactly like it. Hopefully this doesn't mean anything demonic. Sometimes. Oh, I like that shape. Kind of just like the arms, the legs. Maybe a circle up here represents his head. And the arms in the circle in this square, even though it's not circular or squarish. Huh, I might try to do that again. But like off the edge. I'm kind of reversing the layers of the square and the circle too. You know why this is happening, right? I love watching musical biographies, like The Life of James Brown. That's not a good one. I've talked to James Brown before, but I've talked to Shirley, Debbie Reynolds, both at a bank. But anyhow, not in person, on the telephone. Anyhow, last night I was watching a biography or a documentary about Led Zeppelin. Not a huge fan of that kind of music. However, it was a fabulous. It's on Netflix. I think it just recently happened. Recently was uploaded or something. What an amazing, talented group of men. If you listen to Robert Plant used to live close to us in his later, I mean, I think he's like, you know, they're in their late 70s, if nothing else. And I'm not sure if the drummer's still alive, because they had interviews with other people, but the drummer was not around, present day. But Robert Plant in the 80s lived, because there was a ton of music in the San Francisco Bay Area, of course. And that's where they went in the 60s, before they could even become popular in England. But he used to live close to where I used to work at an insurance company. And every once in a while, if you went to this one, it was like an outdoor shopping center, but we'd go there because they had a good yogurt shop and stuff like that. Every once in a while, you would see him walking around. And he was always, we had a really amazing male boy. He wasn't really a male boy, but we called him that. He was also a rock and roll person. And he used to wear leather pants to work and everything. The nicest. You would have thought he was Bill Gates if he was dressed like Bill Gates. I mean, he was so nice. Smart. Okay, I think I have paper now. But he just looked like a thug, except that he was very, very, very not that. Don't judge a book by its cover. I learned that from him, actually. Even though my parents used to say that all the time to us. But, anyhow. There was a lot of mystical, I'm sure drugs. I haven't got to the drug part, but perhaps drugs in the 60s, most likely, in San Francisco-ish areas. Mystical, let the crowd inspire us. Words all the time, and the words to some of those songs. I'm like, that's where all this mystical stuff is coming from. Led Zeppelin. Anyhow. Because surely I'm not mystical on my own. I'm just kind of just bringing in other colors. And kind of just, I don't know how, I'm actually stalling because I don't know what kind of shapes I'm going to make. But I think I want to make, there was some kind of something that was like that. And if I made like these kind of shapes, kind of like a bow, I don't know. But then there was a lot of like metal structure or some kind of structure, wooden structure at the time, I guess, holding those things together. But something like that. And these pieces here would be like these kind of pieces of paper, even these. All remembering that I only have a tiny little space to work with. Maybe I should have. So, let me just think about this for a second. I think I'm going to make, this is a picture, a back of a Rolling Stone. Led Zeppelin would be proud of me for that, I think. Although, oops, there's no stuff there. Although, you know, Rolling Stone is not, no magazines are what they used to be. Paper versions. Okay, I'm going to cut these two shapes out. I can sort of see what's there. So I got images that I stamped involved. But see now, well, you can sort of see Da Vinci there. But that's okay. Rex Ray and Leonardo da Vinci, I would think, would have gotten along. I see them both as very smart, intelligent people. Okay, now I think I'm going to... All right, this is my flower shape. I'm taking a little liberty here because it needs to fit on this page for one thing. And I am still trying to make flowers. In a magical mystery sort of way. Now see, you can't even tell what that is. That was this piece of paper here. Still using a lot of the same shapes, but in a different formation. I'm gonna take some liberties here. I don't know yet if I want to Maybe my flowers will just be like that. I don't know if I want to cover up this background because it is vintagey looking. It's aged paper. Okay, I think I'm going to do something different here. I don't know. I don't want these perfect by any means. I don't know if you can, yeah, you can see. Okay, now this really needs to come into play. Okay, here's some stems. Ali Edwards has she's been doing a lot of stuff with stamps lately. And she has a new stamp set that's flowers, but the stems like have a chain of words, like a sentence. I'm like, oh, that's clever. That's clever. I don't want this to look like a palm tree though. Okay, here's some petals. And here's our flying machine. I'm messed up by this picture here. Let me see what I have in my arsenal here of stuff. Oh, I do have this. That might be interesting because he was always doing, he had notebooks. Somewhere I have pictures of some of his notebooks. Okay. Everybody come off. Hopefully I'll remember how I had this. And I don't think I want it to be horizontal. Maybe I do. But I really want the majority of this. This was a printable I bought on Etsy before I got my pages. And my husband's printer is acting up. It has a ghost in it. It did this like a year ago. All of a sudden it just starts printing, and it prints like computer language for like 3 lines and then 20 pages of that. He started to throw it away. I'm like, no, give me that. Because you want this? I'm like, yeah. I'll paint on it. Just copy paper. Okay. There. But it did this once before. So he's like, how do I do a factory reset on this thing? I'm like, I don't know. Call Mr. Hewitt or call Mr. Packard. Hewlett and Mr. Packard. I don't know. Oh dear. I knew that was going to happen. I don't want to cover up my Da Vinci name. Sometimes it takes longer for things to come to you. Not come to you, but the construction of it. Okay. This is the beginning of the next signature. Oh, I have not been doing this. I forgot I had an index back here. Okay. Sidetrack, sorry. But I love this. This might go in my Hobonichi. See, this kind of stuff does go in my Hobonichi. Okay. Sidetrack. Okay, let's see. Yeah, see, I love these colors now on here. How did I have this? It's going to be interesting to see if I remember how I did this. How did I do this? Well, I don't remember exactly, so we're just going to go with this, which is fine. Now, they don't exactly stick out. They all kind of blend. But a nice thing about these do not go through the Hobonichi paper. That's nice. Okay, we're gonna pretend we're gonna fake edge. Oops. Fake. My neighbor just started his blower. Oh no, the mosquito guy's here. I hope my husband brought the dog in. Hold on a sec. Hold please. Our neighbor gets his yard sprayed for mosquitoes, which, by the way, doesn't work, in my opinion. But I don't want that stuff around Gunner. That's all he needs, is to be aggressive at times with mosquito repellent in him also. I'm fake edging these. I'm not sure if I like this, but it's too late now. So I'm sticking to it. I don't like that. But this marker does not go through the Hobonichi paper. Oh, here's a Tombow, but it's a brown color, a more pale color. That doesn't even show up. I wonder if it shows up on one of these. No, it's like a parchment color, but all right, let's see what this does. That's a little better. Not quite as jarring. And the good thing about these, you could go over, you know, I mean, it is acrylic paint. And they kind of do work off of each other if you layer the colors. That's a little bit better. I really like that. It's more subtle on this color, but enough to stand out a little bit. However, I did not, where's my paint cloth? This is a Neocolor 2 right here. After that dries, I think that'll leave a little bit of like a watermark, stain looking type thing. And this was done mostly, actually I'm not going to do anything with that because this is got enough stuff working on it that it just kind of ages it / antiques it / whatever. Just enough. I'm barely touching this. I really don't want to, I'm just going to try to just, with my finger, just kind of barely move that around. That was too much, but that's okay. Just want a little bit. As if it were documents we found in an old vault in Florence, Italy somewhere, under a bottle of Chianti. Or maybe we had been drinking Chianti, who knows. Okay, trying to really make this not look like a palm tree. Maybe, okay, they're all different. I'm getting away from the flying machine type thing, but maybe he was listening to Led Zeppelin while he did this. And he kind of just went off the, no pun intended, went off the charts. My Da Vinci Led Zeppelin collab, or however the YouTubers say it these days. Oh my God. Oh, I didn't do the antiquing around that edge. I kind of like it. Y'all might think I've gone round the bend, which you could be right. Jury's still out. I think I'm going to punch a hole though. And bring in a little bit more of this. Just to have them around a little bit. Kind of trying to get a mixture of colors, ink, the whole gamut here. Maybe? No. Too flowery. Even though it's supposed to be flowers. Kind of make it look like this was part of the paper, sort of. The ancient ledger paper that we found in a vault at the Vatican, maybe. Oh, but we didn't steal it. We didn't steal it. I think I'm going to take my Neocolor II and just kind of go through these edges a little bit on some of these. This one, these on the white Da Vinci paper Post-it look okay. The beauty is in the details, you know. Should we cut out the word Da Vinci somehow and put it in here? We'll put it up the stem like Ali Edwards did. Yes. Although I really would like it smaller. Maybe we could just write the word Da Vinci. I don't know. Maybe we should get the trademark label out of there. We just want the word. Yeah. Actually, I think it should be going up, not down. Okay, I have to say, that was fun. A little silly. At times, not always, not the whole way. But fun, creative. I think Da Vinci would have been proud to be included in a lady's journal in 2025. Along with Rex Ray. I think he would have liked that. Now, who is happening tomorrow? Oh, we need to put all these names in here. Oh, there's going to be another good one tomorrow. Man. Kind of would have liked to have this whole... Maybe I will kind of just put something here. Led Zeppelin. Just saying. Smart men. Smart. They are smart. Musically inclined. Yes, yes, yes. Huh. I have to think about that. But I'm going to use this tomorrow. Most likely not these 2 pieces of paper. I think Da Vinci needs to go in my Hobonichi. I got a little sidetrack here for a sec. But, oh yeah, I was going to do the index. I need a couple of pins here. Try not to use the same colors. Okay, so we ended after Frida, number 2. We didn't get very far. Okay, so then we had Muir. I wanted these colorful like the book. John Muir. Then we had Basquiat. These do not have like a small tip and a big tip. They just have one tip. Picasso. Now maybe if you don't print so hard, it helps. Let's get that turquoise color. Mark Bradford. That is the mosquito guy. Sorry. Blowing chemicals in our yard. Over the fence. I hope the deer don't get sick from it. Pollock. Yeah. Eight. Cape. Okay. It's covering my car. Both of our cars with chemicals. Eiffel? Gustav? No. Yeah. Oh, no. Jasper Johns. What is he doing? He is in our yard. We don't want mosquito repellent in our yard. Ugh. And all over our cars. Okay. Okay, Eiffel. He literally is in our yard. Twain. He's messing with my mojo here. My Led Zeppelin-ish. All right. We're getting there. Maranya. Blue. Then Jobs. Then Strauss. And then Da Vinci. Sometimes when you write things, it doesn't look right, but you're right. Okay, I love that. This is going to be something, this is going to be a resting spot. This is where we're going tomorrow. Might just put white paper on it because, no, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, but I will tell you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pieces of art are on the floor right over here. I'll show you. I'll pick them up. This is me practicing, and I had leftover paint. Hopefully you can still hear me. Leftover paint, so it's like, okay. But I didn't realize how much paint I had. So I just kept going until the paint ran out. Some of these are great. They're backgrounds. They're jumping off places. But, I mean, I might not touch this one. I love that. You guys are probably a little too close. But I love that. That one might just get put up. But this is a background. That's a background. Can you tell I have blue and green? That's a good one too, but it could use a little bit else stuff. A card, another card. I keep trying to top these cards. This little 4x4 guy. I like that one too. This one I love. That's on yellow construction paper. I might not do anything to that one either. And this one. These are all backgrounds and could use more stuff. But these other two may not go anywhere. I don't know. I mean, that looks like Hawaii. I would take a t-shirt with that on it. I love that one too. Oh. All right, I'm going to go watch some more Led Zeppelin. See what happens tomorrow. After some more inspiration. Thanks for watching. Bye. Oh my gosh, 47 minutes. I jabbered my jaws for 47 minutes. Go figure. Bye.